Why is it good for the NBA that we do have Lonzo and LaVar and the rest of the Ball family as a part of the NBA family? Why do you think that is? Why would it be good?
I think, so for me, this is an interesting situation because at first we heard a lot of people saying that they were tired of it and people saying that they didn't like the comments coming from LaVar Ball and they didn't like everything that was going on in terms of what he was saying about how great his son is and how great he is and comparing him to other players in the NBA like Steph Curry and his dad saying he can go one-on-one with, MJ and all of this stuff. But to me, it's funny because everyone's talking about how much they hate the Ball family. No one can get enough of it. Darren Bell had a really interesting tweet showing how much the internet is in love with this family because y'all keep clicking on the links, y'all keep reading the stories, and you can't get enough of it. And the fact that you talk about how much you hate him, but you're sipping the haterade while also enjoying an article about the Ball family leads me to believe that this guy and this family is going to be a villain in the NBA, and that's going to be a good thing because people are interested to hear what this family has to say. They like when LaVar Ball goes on SportsCenter or goes on FS1 and has a conversation about how he could show up MJ, and everyone's like, yeah, right. But they want to tune in. They want to hear what the crazy next thing is that he has to say.
Yeah, he doesn't hold back. He has no filter.
No, and I think it's entertaining. Yes, he has said a couple of questionable things that I've thought, listen, you need to leave that in the backcourt, kind of, things like where he was comparing or talking about LeBron James's son.
Right.
That crossed the line. But other than that, we're not talking about anything egregious here. He hasn't said anything where he's going after people's moms or going after people's, characters or anything like that. He's having a good time, and he is given the platform in order to do it. So if we're going to continue to give him the platform, continue to click on these links, he's going to continue to talk.
Right.
We're at fault here. We're blaming the Ball family, but it's really us.
I was just going to say that's exactly what I was going to pinpoint. Really, there's only one time that he did say something where he ventured into a territory that he had no business going into, and that was with LeBron's kids.
Right.
And that's it. For the most part, you're right. It's pretty innocent. It's trash talk. And, yeah, if you choose to believe it, great. If you don't, well, then, why are you so upset? Because who is he?
Right.
And yet, you're right. People seem to be getting ready to hear whatever he has to say. And the funny thing is that he's feeding off it, and he's going even more and more outlandish. And now with the shoes, for example, $495. Everyone's saying, oh, who would even pay for that kind of that kind of a price for those kind of shoes, especially for somebody who's done nothing in the NBA. And yet, now this is coming from LaVar Ball, so we don't know for sure, right?
Right.
He claims 495 people have placed orders on the $495 shoes. I don't know how many have ordered the $220 flip-flops.
Right.
Which I can't believe.
The slides.
The slides. I can't believe anybody would pay for the shoes at that price. But the slides for $220?
Okay, but look at our culture. Look at how much we pay for Kim Kardashian's app. Look at how much we focus on what the Kim Kardashian family and the Kardashian family is doing. Look at how much we pay. I just saw a tweet from ABC News saying that they're selling shoes at Neiman Marcus for $1,400 and they're torn up sneakers. That's the look. People are willing to pay money for these things. There is a supply and demand for these kind of things. So he's feeding into that market.
Maybe a supply. I don't know about the demand.
There is a demand for this kind of thing. I'm telling you, that's why people, if you have disposable income, I'm saying, if you are privileged enough to have disposable income for purchases like this, why not let him, if he wants to go create a big baller brand, go for it. Why not?
No.
I'm not saying market to kids who can't afford it. That is not at all what I'm advocating. And listen, there are kids who can't afford it who are going to want these shoes, and maybe that's a good lesson for parents to teach their kids. Hey, if you want to have something this expensive and outlandish, you got to work for it. You got to earn every $495 last dollar of those shoes by doing chores or saving your money. But to me, it's a situation where, listen, if there's people out there who want to buy these shoes, let them go buy these shoes. Why are you hating?
Sure. I will also say that good for him. I really do believe good for him in that if he wants to sell his son the way not sell his son, market the name and sell these shoes, And if they can do it, more power to them by not having to go through Nike or Under Armour or Adidas or whatever.
This is like blaming an independent artist who doesn't want to sign with a major label and
Right.
then going, haha, nothing's
That
going to come of this. And all of a sudden, the independent artist blows up. Everyone wants to know who the independent artist is. Everyone wants to buy his album from his website. And then here you go.
It's funny
This is how
because
it works.
LaVar said, hey, everyone thought that Uber was crazy for going after the taxi business the way they did. And look at what Uber has done. Look at what Lyft has done, right? So there are models out there that prove that, yeah, you can do this. Is it going to be as successful as Nike and Under Armour and Adidas as far as the sneakers are concerned? Probably not. But my only issue with this whole thing is that he has put his son in a position where he has to take the brunt. Like LaVar, he doesn't care. It's clear he doesn't care what he says or what people say about him. But Lonzo is the one who's going to feel the brunt. And eventually, if this doesn't take off, and if Lonzo, especially if Lonzo isn't able to perform well on the court, the brand will really suffer. He's counting on his son to be able to, it's tough enough to make that transition in the rookie season in the NBA when you have no pressure on you. You have no eyeballs on you. He's going to have the best of the best lining up to try to shut him down. And that's going to be tough, and I have a feeling he's going to suffer for that on the court. And that's where the brand is really going to suffer.
To me, though, he's projected to be a top 3 pick in the NBA draft. He's got the talent to be one of the top picks, he's going to help out whatever team ends up
Look at a guy
drafting
like
him.
Buddy Hield, for example. He had issues adjusting, and he had nowhere near the kind of pressure and people going after him the way, because in the NBA, typically, it's almost like, look, we're not going to even game plan for you. You have to show us that you're a threat. Otherwise, we're focused on guys who have played in the league. Right? They leave the rookies alone a lot of times, and some, not completely alone, but it's not like they're looking to shut them down. It's going to be different for him.
I think he has a different kind of a game, which is going to be unique coming into the NBA.
I don't know.
Because he's a facilitator and he has this vision on the court and this passing ability that I think that is going to translate really well. It's not like he has to go out and be Steph Curry or Russell Westbrook. He has to go out there and just play his game, and I think it'll actually translate really well. And I think all of that confidence and the fact that he has all these eyeballs on him will be a positive thing.
Well, and here's the other thing too: is that what team takes him, and what will be on that team to help him do all the things that you just said, and that will also help or hinder him.
What about the Showtime Lakers? Let's do it. Bring them to LA.
I don't know.